You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
A tropical storm may be heading our way next week. We'll see how Venice is preparing ahead of time.
And have you seen this viral video? A mysterious woman ringing a neighbor's doorbell in the middle of the night. Now we've got a huge twist in this case.
Labor Day weekend deals. Take a look at the best discounts in the stores. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, 6 o'clock Thursday morning. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Are we going to have some more of those crazy afternoon storms again, John Sculls? We've had some big ones the last couple of days.
Yes, we are. We're going to have an easterly wind flow that'll continue to push showers and thunderstorms in our direction, and that will enhance our rainfall chances through the afternoon. Right now, pretty quiet on radar. That's the way it's going to be for the next several mornings. A little bit of cloud cover around, but also some holes in the clouds. So we will see some sunshine mixed with the clouds, and that will bring us perhaps a daytime high temperature near 90. Now, this is the rainfall over the last 5 days. This month was shaping up to be one of the driest on record. And then, boom, the flip switched on the rain machine, and we have reports of over 6 inches of rain. And I've had personal correspondence from people on Facebook that have had 11 or 12 inches of rain over the last 5 days. So an impressive wet period, and that will continue on for the next several days. As far as the temperatures go, up near the 90s with about a 60% rain chance. We'll cover the tropics in detail in just a few minutes. Back to you, Ray.
Yeah, one little blip there on 301 northbound as you head up toward Allenton, just under the overpass at 75. You'll see it there. Otherwise clear so far in Manatee County. Upper half of Sarasota County checking all clear right now, except before we leave that map, the top of your screen there, you'll see way at the top there, you can see University Parkway westbound, some congestion. Whitfield toward Lockwood Ridge and Tuttle. That's University Parkway westbound right now. And then farther south, here is the map in the South County region. Nothing much to speak of at 6:01.
Well, we are entering the peak of hurricane season, and we are going to be watching a new tropical system in the Atlantic that may or may not be heading our way.
As our Rebecca Fernandez tells us, the city of Venice is already making changes to its storm plan.
The city of Venice does not want residents to wait for that official hurricane warning to get the supplies needed for a storm. The first thing they advise is that all homes be secured with loose items tied down or put away. Then pack an emergency kit with all the tools you'll need, like flashlights, medications, and water.
You want to have cash on hand. You want to have backup power supplies such as batteries, generators. But some of the things that people don't remember is that you want to have gallons of water with you. Most people, on average, it's a gallon of water per day per person. So those are some of the things that we try to stress that people just forget about.
And as we prepare for any storms coming our way this year, the city has added a few things to its emergency disaster plan to ensure everyone is able to get the safety they need.
Resources that we use is Code Red. We want to make sure that our citizens are signed up, and that's one of the fastest ways that we can notify you of any type of emergency in a timely fashion.
Code Red will send up-to-date information through text messages, phone calls, emails, or any form of communication you provide to the city. And of course, know your evacuation zone and have a plan. The city of Venice does not have any hurricane shelters, so residents must go to evacuation centers off the island. All shelters will be opening up at one time, not in waves, based off of the need like in the past. But for Venice residents who do not have a way to get to these shelters in other parts of the county, there will be a new transportation system so that buses can pick you up and take you to safety.
This year we have the transportation policy that has been put in place by the county's emergency management staff, and that plan allows for people who cannot drive to a shelter. We do have means of mass transportation to get them to there. Again, that's for those who are physically unable to get themselves to a shelter or a center.
And for the latest ways to prepare for severe weather, as well as breaking news, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, all you have to do is download our free ABC7 app.
Charlotte County is extending a local state of emergency due to the presence of red tide there. The declaration lets business owners who have been impacted by the toxic algae bloom to apply for disaster loans. Eligible business owners can get up to $50,000. No word yet if Manatee or Sarasota counties plan to extend their red tide declarations.
Oh, new details this morning on that viral video that everybody's been talking about. The case of that mysterious woman ringing a doorbell in the middle of the night wearing restraints. Who is she? Well, it turns out she lived just down the street. Police are now saying that this mysterious woman in that video is actually a victim of domestic violence. This morning, she is safe and is back with her family, and there's still more. Yesterday, her boyfriend, the one police say was violent, shot and killed himself in their home just a street over from where this took place. Now, of course, that investigation continues there this morning.
An update now on the New Mexico compound case. A judge has decided to throw out 55 charges of felony child abuse, where one child was dead and 11 others were found starving. Reporter Chris Guadardo has the story on those dropped charges.
One of the judges overseeing the case called it
a complete failure to follow proper procedures in prosecuting a case,
highlighting the shocking details the public has already seen. A remote compound in northern New Mexico. 11 children found emaciated and starving, a small child missing and later found dead. The original charges, 11 counts of felony child abuse against each of the 5 adults found on that compound, have now all been dropped because prosecutors had not scheduled a preliminary hearing within the 10-day time frame required by state law.
I don't know whether they're overworked, they don't have enough people at their office. I don't see the district attorney here or the chief deputy district attorney, but it is disturbing to me that the district attorney would put this court in that kind of a situation.
The only charges that remain are against Jani LaVille and Siraj Wahaj, the father of Abdul Ghani Wahaj, whose remains were found on the grounds of the compound on what would have been his 4th birthday. LaVille and Wahaj have both pleaded not guilty to charges related to Abdul Ghani's death. I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
This morning, a memorial service will be held at the North Phoenix Baptist Church for the late Senator John McCain. But before he passed away last week, one of his final acts in office was sending kind words to a new Navy officer. Navy Ensign Sam Bongiorno says he found a letter from McCain when he opened his mailbox on Monday. It congratulated him on his recent graduation from the Merchant Marine Academy and was mailed from McCain's Phoenix office on the same day he passed away. The late senator frequently sent out letters to new graduates of all the service academies and young service members all across the country.
Nice touch. 6:07 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
As your kids head back to college, they can save some money with the new perk from Spotify. We're going to take a look at the money-saving deals that they're now offering when we come back.
But first, here is a live look at Longboat Key Town Hall. I know that for a fact. There's a tight shot.
Was it the sign that told you? I feel like it might have been the sign.
The color of the cement.
Okay.
Yeah,
not the words Town Hall.
I know that building. There's a workshop today on coyote sightings, and we'll have an update on that in about 20 minutes here on Good Morning Suncoast.
That's right, but first, here is a look outside at the city of Sarasota. It is 73 degrees right now. What's on tap for the rest of the day there, John Scalzi?
I think we are looking for a continuation of our rainy weather. We'll look for about a 60% chance of showers to build in the afternoon and carry on through the 7 p.m. hour. We'll have the forecast for you in just a second.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
73-degree air temperature. We have a dew point of the same, 100% relative humidity out there. And we do have a fair amount of cloud cover mixed with some clearer skies. Hey, here's the latest red tide report from Moat Marine. This is as of yesterday afternoon. Now, a new one will be created this morning at around 10, 11 o'clock, and we'll have that for you on the noon show. But it's good news. As of yesterday, all of the beaches are reporting very low amounts of red tide irritant in the air from rotting fish or the red tide itself. An easterly wind may be helping with that. That is not to say there isn't a red tide in the water. In fact, the Florida Fish and Wildlife has issued their report, their early report, and it does indeed have high concentrations of fish kill in many of the beaches along our coastline. But at least the irritant in the air is not so terribly bad. West wind will develop in the afternoon as we get that sea breeze going on. So quiet conditions across our coastline right now. We do have some showers building along the other coast, and they will be advancing in this direction. We do have some river warnings up, but other than that, we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions on all area roadways through the morning commute. The weather highlights continue to show this big ridge of high pressure sitting to our north. With that, we get this easterly wind flow, which encourages shower and thunderstorm formations on our coast, as opposed to the other coast, which we normally get with a westerly wind. So this pattern and the deep tropical moisture over the state of Florida will help induce periods of heavy rainfall over the course of the next 5-6 days. It looks like each and every afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will build. And we'll also be watching the west coast sea breeze pick up for a time, but also a little tropical wave out here in the Atlantic. Now, I've had messages on Facebook asking, are we getting another tropical storm? Are we getting another hurricane? There is no indication of that right now. All we are saying is that this tropical wave had a couple of computer models that suggested there might be some development, but those were just one computer model out of a series of computer models, and that model has kind of backed off from it a little bit. And so what we are mostly concerned about with that tropical wave is an enhanced rainfall chance next week. I'm not even certain about that. Confidence is low in that forecast. So it's something that we're going to watch as we enter into this height of hurricane season. Wet pattern into the weekend. We're watching that tropical wave to see if it does bring us a little extra rainfall, which wouldn't be a particularly welcome thing with the rivers filled like they are. And we're watching a system that may develop into a tropical storm or hurricane way off the coast of Africa, and it will be harmless to the state of Florida as it recurves out into the open waters of the Atlantic. The forecast for us includes this easterly wind flow and a few scattered showers popping up from time to time in inland areas first, probably around the lunchtime, and then maybe a few scattered showers getting closer to the coast between about 1 and 3, becoming stronger as we head into 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, drifting out into Atlantic waters, Gulf waters, as everything kind of quiets down. We'll be left with a few residual clouds as we head into the evening, but the rain shower chances will drop markedly as we head into the afternoon. Into the evening. East wind coming in at about 10, decreasing to 5 to 10 during the evening hours. And the forecast looks like this. Today, 90 degrees daytime high, same thing tomorrow, 60% chance of rain showers. And then as we head into the next several days, maybe slightly less rain chances for the weekend, but then those rain chances may well go back up as we head into next week. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Sean. Let's take a look outside and check out our first alert traffic out there this morning. Not too bad so far. Manatee County roads are running pretty decent. No real delays or anything. If you want to head a little bit farther south in the area, in Sarasota County, those roads are also looking pretty decent. A couple slowdowns right there on 41 as you pass by Fruitville, but not too much going on out there other than that. And a little bit farther south in the area, if your commute includes 75 or 41 south, 41 just a couple delays around Venice, but other than that, both of those roads are running pretty smooth at this hour. It is 6:15, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, Spotify is betting that college students love movies and TV as much as they love music. So the streaming company is testing out by giving students that subscribe to Spotify a free subscription to Showtime. And it's not the first time that they've added these video options. They actually added Hulu's limited commercial plan for students at no charge last year. So that means this year, if they don't feel like studying, students can get Spotify, Hulu, and Showtime for just $5 a month, so not a bad deal.
Meantime, Facebook taking its video service worldwide. The social media giant says starting today, users can view video content on something called Facebook Watch from anywhere in the world. The video platform launched here last year, but many users weren't aware it existed. Facebook Watch is free, and plans are in the works to invest up to $2 billion in video deals over the next year.
Well, Labor Day is the unofficial end to summer, which means deals, deals, and deals, both in stores and online.
So what are some of the deals that start tomorrow? Reporter Meredith Wood has a closer look.
Summer may be coming to an end, but get ready for some scorching hot deals on the first Monday of September. Mattresses and appliances are Labor Day sale staples, as well as anything summer-related like clothing, patio furniture, and grills. So here are some of the places where you can score some really great deals. At Best Buy, you can save up to 40% on appliances through September 12th. Home Depot, Lowe's, Sears, and JCPenney, they're also offering the same deal for appliances. Online retailers Wayfair and Overstock are offering up to 70% off furniture and other items. Experts say now is the best time to buy next summer's swimming gear. Old Navy, J. Crew, Banana Republic, and many other clothing stores will be offering deep discounts on summer clothes and shoes. When it comes to electronics, though, experts suggest you wait for deeper discounts on Black Friday. However, Dell is offering 40% off laptops, desktops, and TVs. And you can get Amazon's Echo device for up to $100 off through Labor Day. For Consumer Watch, I'm Meredith Wood.
We'd love to hear about your Labor Day plans. You can talk to us on our respective Facebook sites. They're all listed right there, so stop by and say hello, like the page. We'll always get back to you as well.
Of course we will. We want to see your things because there's a good chance we'll just be napping on Labor Day.
Chances are. Still so close. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Well, the race for governor here in Florida now including accusations of racism. We're going to tell you the story straight ahead. But first, Marla.
And people who live here in Longboat Key say they've been seeing coyotes roam their neighborhoods. What FWC and the town of Longboat Key plan to do to help out with that issue, that's coming up at 6:30.
6:18 right now. Should see a high of 90 degrees, but a good chance of rain in the afternoon. More of John's forecast and more news coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just gotta
trying as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
That's a live look at your Statue of Liberty out there in the harbor. Thank you, France.
Ray's love letter to France every time we show the shot.
1886. Hot there right now. The U.S. Open tennis is going on. All kinds of problems with the heat.
I saw that too. A lot of them are suffering from heat exhaustion. There's a big heat wave that is going on there right now.
And this is how it looks in our area. Orange and 10th, not too far from the West Coast Black Theater Troupe where that car train left right there. I love these hyper-local shots like this. This is why we're the hometown team.
There we go, there we go. All right, moving on. Well, here's a big one. Tomorrow is a star-studded send-off for the Queen of Soul. Plus, the Top Gun sequel is just going to be circling around for a little longer.
Is it in a holding pattern?
It's in a holding pattern.
You like that?
That's right, Maverick. Got you, Goose.
And one of Steven Spielberg's most celebrated movies will be re-released this year. ABC's Jason Nathanson has the latest from Hollywood.
Add another big star to Aretha Franklin's already star-studded send-off Friday. Ariana Grande will take the stage, this after she wowed audiences with a tribute to the Queen of Soul on The Tonight Show the night Franklin died. Stevie Wonder and Faith Hill are also among the performers at tomorrow's service. Rave reviews out of the Venice Film Festival for the Apollo 11 moon movie First Man. The film comes from La La Land director Damien Chazelle and stars La La Land's Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong. Variety calls it revelatory, and the talk is giving it major Oscar buzz. First Man hits theaters October 12th. One of Steven Spielberg's most celebrated films will be re-released later this year for its 25th anniversary. A digitally restored and remastered Schindler's List will be back in theaters in December. Spielberg is overseeing the process. The film won Best Picture, Best Director, and 5 other Oscars after it was released in 1993. Tom Cruise's Top Gun sequel is going to circle for a little while longer. It's been pushed back a year to summer 2020. Word is the extra time will allow the filmmakers to make the flight sequences even better. And happy birthday Thursday to actress Cameron Diaz. The Charlie's Angels star turns 46, and the S.H.I.E.L.D. star Michael Chiklis turns 56. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, if you're looking for love, all you have to do is book a flight. Love is in the air, literally. A new study that I don't believe shows 1 in 50 airplane passengers meet the love of their life in the open skies? I don't know about that. Well, 2,100 people from more than 100 countries were surveyed. Over half of them say that they've struck up a conversation with a stranger. That I believe. Now they say it's just a matter of figuring out which of the 107,000 daily flights that they're actually on. So, sounds pretty easy, right? We can do this.
Do you usually talk to the person in the next seat?
Just booking a flight right now, right? Find the love of my life.
Sorry.
No, I think I put on signals because usually when I'm flying, like I just put the headphones on and I
Yeah.
get my book out. I do the shutdown.
I like to have some acknowledgement, not just looking straight ahead. You know.
Like, will you put on my oxygen mask if things go wrong?
Yeah, that kind of bonding, yes.
All right, I like that.
All right.
Well, the primaries just took place two days ago, but already the Florida governor's race is making national headlines over a comment that some are taking to be racist.
ABC's Victor Aquendo has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the president's pick, Republican nominee for governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, facing fierce backlash for this comment about his African-American opponent.
The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda with huge tax increases and bankrupting the state.
Those comments attacking Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, the state's first ever black nominee for governor, the head of the Florida Democratic Party declaring it's disgusting that Ron DeSantis is launching his general election campaign with racist dog whistles. Team DeSantis saying he was referring to Gillum's policies, calling the claims of racism, quote, absurd. Overnight, Gillum not mincing words.
He's apparently given up the whistle. They've gone to the bullhorn.
And we'll have a live report from Florida coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Miami.
I want you to show me the way.
You have a big influence on your kids, so teach them the life lesson of cooking. Join the Ben's Beginners movement at UncleBen's.com.
Unstop right there. I'm about to pop a cap of fresh in that washer. With Unstoppables in-wash scent boosters by Downy. Oh, it's so fresh. And it's gonna last from wash to wear for up to 12 weeks. Unstoppables by Downy.
Over the last 24 hours, you've finished preparing him for college. In 24 hours, you'll send him off thinking you've done everything for his well-being. But meningitis B progresses quickly and can be fatal, sometimes within 24 hours. While meningitis B is uncommon, about 1 in 10 infected will die. Like millions of others, your teen may not be vaccinated against meningitis B. Meningitis B strikes quickly. Be quick to talk to your teen's doctor about a meningitis B vaccine.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather, we're here for you.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
40 Carats Family Center and the Community Foundation of Sarasota County present a free speaker event, Unselfie. Why empathetic kids succeed in our all about me world, featuring parenting educator and author Michelle Borba at Riverview High School on Tuesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Help children become successful, moral, courageous, and resilient. RSVP required at 40carats.org. That's FORTYcarats.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
We'll hear a 911 call from an Uber driver that was involved in a fatal shooting. What he said right before he pulled the trigger.
And a new home sharing program is underway in Sarasota, connecting seniors and young professionals.
And more coyotes are being spotted out on Longboat Key. Do you know what to do if you see one? Well, we're going to have a live report from there this morning. We have those stories, plus your Friday Eve forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome. It is 6:30. I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. Watch your outdoor activities again today. No tennis, no golf.
Yes, coyotes or thunderstorms. Because a lot going on today.
I tell you, you know, and the thing is about these thunderstorms this afternoon is, again, they could drop some pretty heavy rainfall, and we've had a lot of rain over the last 5 days. Don't need to tell you that. Up to 12 inches of rain being reported by some viewers with their own rain gauges. Consequently, the ground saturated. So if we get any heavy rains this afternoon, we could see again a lot of ponding of water on roadways and some sloppy conditions across the Suncoast. Quiet right now, though. Your morning commute looks rain-free. That's the good news. Satellite view shows a little bit of cloud cover around, similar to yesterday, but holes in the clouds as well. So we'll get enough sunshine to heat us up nicely to the 90-degree marker thereabouts. Day planner continues to show a good 60% chance of rainfall as we head into the afternoon. Rain shower chances could start a little early, but then really pick up as we head into 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have the forecast for you in a second.
All right, talk to you soon, John. State Road 70 showing some early congestion there westbound between I-75 and US 301. Be aware of that. Let's check farther south. Now, here's the scene in the northern half of Sarasota County. A little development there. First off, University Parkway at the very top of your screen. You'll see in the eastbound lane around Lockwood Ridge. Also, before I forget, though, look west of 301 as you head toward or away from the airport. Some early congestion there. Fruitville Road eastbound around Beneva out toward Honore and Cattleman. And then checking our final map to the south, we'll see nothing right now in the red at 6:32 on your Thursday morning. And this morning we have the 911 call from an Uber driver in Polk County involved in Florida's latest Stand Your Ground case. Now listen to what he said moments after he fatally shot a man who cut him off on Tuesday night.
I fired one shot from my pistol. He dropped the cell phone. I kicked it away. I didn't realize it was a cell phone at first.
Now, the moments before this call were all caught on camera as well. Here's a look at that videotape.
I say something? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow, that was pretty raw. Uber driver Robert Westlake is claiming self-defense. He told Polk County Sheriff deputies the man was trying to force him off the road and tailing him aggressively. This morning, deputies are investigating the death of the victim, identified as a Jason Beck.
Well, if you live on Longboat Key, you may have been hearing a little bit more about a spike in coyote sightings in that area, even in neighborhoods. Now, do you know what to do if you see one?
The Florida Wildlife Commission is offering some advice to residents there. Marla Spence has a preview of today's workshop. She's live outside Town Hall. Marla?
Hey guys, this is an issue that's been seen on the Suncoast in areas like Holmes Beach and the city of Venice, but people who live right here on Longboat Key say it's an issue here as well, as they've been seeing coyotes roaming around, and they say that they're fearful for their pets as well as for their families. Now, this is not the first time residents have seen coyotes roaming in neighborhoods and nearby golf courses. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the last coyote sighting reported was late last month. Today, FWC is partnering with the town of Longboat Key for a public workshop on how people can live with and deal with coyotes in this area. Now, FWC does tell us that coyotes are in 67 counties across the state, so it's not uncommon to see one, but they say if residents do spot one in their neighborhoods to be careful because the animal could be aggressive. Now, for those who may come across a coyote, FWC recommends that you use a noisemaker like a horn to discourage the animal from getting any closer. Also, spraying a water hose at them may also be effective in getting the coyote to leave. Now, remember to also keep your pets inside your home or in a gate because coyotes can also attack your pets. Now, that town hall meeting will be starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the town hall right here on Longboat Key. It's open to the public for those who want to find out more on what they can do to protect their families as well as for their pets. Reporting live on Longboat Key, I'm Marla Spence for ABC7, your Suncoast News.
For additional details on that workshop Marla spoke of, as well as breaking news and your forecast, check out our new app under My Suncoast or under WWSB.
Well, earlier this month, we told you about the $1 million grant to fund decontamination kits for Florida firefighters. Now, on Wednesday, many of those 4,000 kits were assembled in Manatee County. Some firefighters believe the exposure to chemicals while battling fires is causing a higher number to die of cancer. Now, to help educate crews, Southern Manatee Fire Rescue hosted firefighters from 40 different agencies all across the state. The battalion chief there, Samuel Eaton, came from Palm Beach County to lead the presentation. He says those fire chemicals are life-threatening, but these kits do have the power to help save lives.
The types of materials that are burning in there are highly volatile and they're known carcinogens. And as a firefighter comes back from that fire scene, if they haven't taken steps to clean themselves up, that stuff is inside their system. It's in their bloodstream, it's in their urine, their breath, and they will smell like a fire for days afterwards.
Now, each kit includes heavy plastic bags, dish soap, duct tape, as well as hoses. All 1,400 buckets will be assembled in Bradenton. Then they'll be distributed to every fire department in the state.
Interesting story here. A new home sharing pilot program is now underway in Sarasota. It connects senior homeowners who have extra space with young professionals looking for affordable housing.
A private agreement between both parties so they can determine how they want to exchange services, like maybe the younger person will do some laundry or yard work, that kind of thing. But it's not an expectation. It really is a situation where people are going to live together.
So rent will be decided by the homeowner. The new program has already gotten about 10 applications so far.
All right, do you know of a high school girl that plays sports that may be in need of some help to pay for college? Well, here's something good. The Women's Sports Museum Scholarship is now open for girls in Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties. Applications are open through September the 14th for this year's Outstanding Female Athlete Scholarship. They're going to be picking 2 winners. Each one will receive a $2,000 scholarship. The program's mission is to inspire girls through the power of sports.
Speaking of which, a local Sarasota YMCA shark swimmer won gold while representing the U.S. and Fiji. This is 16-year-old Emma Wyant from Riverview High School. She was chosen out of 20 students to represent the country in the Junior Pan Pacs. She won the gold medal in the 400 individual medley. So congratulations to this young lady who lives here on the Suncoast.
Well done. Well, 4 more cases of the measles in unvaccinated people have now been confirmed in Pinellas County since the first one was announced back on August the 13th. Florida health officials say the total number of cases in Pinellas County is now up to 7. They say that some of the patients are related, meaning they'd already been in one family. One had recently traveled abroad. Now, these cases are no longer contagious, but state health officials in Pinellas County are working with some local healthcare providers to figure out exactly how it happened. In this hour's Health Smart, officials here in the U.S. are worried about a huge spike in STDs, and they're now asking the government for some help. Reporter Reed Binion has more on just what's behind these new numbers.
It's time for the Trump administration to declare sexually transmitted diseases a public health crisis in America. That's according to the National Coalition of STD Directors. For the fourth year in a row, rates of syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia have gone up in the U.S. according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Nearly 2.3 million cases of these STDs were reported in the U.S., topping the previous record high set in 2016 by more than 200,000 cases. So now, health experts are asking the government to authorize emergency access to public health funding so they can combat the crisis. All three of these diseases are treatable, but if left untreated, women could suffer from permanent damage to the reproductive system, and men to the prostate. Heart and nervous system issues are also concerns for patients. Experts worry the opioid epidemic could be a major factor in the increase, with more men and women trading sex for drugs. That would explain why more babies are being born with congenital syphilis. Experts are focusing on education as the best method towards prevention, as well as utilizing testing and available treatment services. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
All right, 6:40 right now. Good morning to Suncoast. Coming up next, why is the cost of bourbon...
Speaking of a crisis.
Yes. Here's the stories that you really perk up for.
Right.
All right. Let's take a live look right now at Town Hall in Longboat Key. There's a workshop later on today to talk about coyotes. Imagine having coyotes outside your window.
That's right. I'm not sure what I would do. Like, some can get aggressive. I worry about, like, little dogs and stuff like that. They're aggressive to those.
Big issue out there. As we went from the Key to the Rosemary District, that is like a painting. Wouldn't you buy that painting?
I would, and I would give it to you for your birthday, Ray.
Uh-oh. I don't want a Xerox copy of this.
It's going to happen.
All right, let's get to the forecast now. Here's John Scalzi.
A lot of cloud cover out there this morning. You may have noticed that. And that will lead to scattered showers again today. Bus stop forecast holds up pretty quiet conditions for the pickup. Look for 76 degrees. But as they head home, watch for west moving and thunderstorms to build. That's pretty much a given. As far as the red tide goes, well, the good news is remote marine reports are showing low amounts of red tide irritant in the air. Now, in the water, there's still plenty of red tide, but at least in the air, things are looking a little bit better, I think, thanks to that easterly wind flow. We'll have the forecast for you in just a second.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Francis Collier and Angela V. Shelton, they're taking America by storm. This comedy duo decided to call themselves Frangela. They're the host of a new kind of daytime talk that's all about you. Me Time with Frangela. Premieres September 10th.
Oh, he sounds cute. My friend is single. Me Time.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
73-degree air temperature, dew point the same, 100% relative humidity, and an east wind blowing. Very similar conditions to the last several days. Got a fair amount of cloud cover out there. We have some holes in the cloud zone. We will get some sunshine, but what we will not see this morning are any rain showers around our area. We should be free and clear of those. We do have rivers, though, that are still at bank full, and those green spots are river flood warnings, so excessive rainfall over the next several days would not be welcome. Right now, though, the radar is quiet except for a few blips out in the Gulf, but that's not a bother to us. They continue to be pushed away by this general easterly wind. High pressure located to our north ensures that east wind flow over the next several days. Sea breezes build in the afternoon, and our showers and thunderstorms explode each and every day for the next several days. There'll be some minor changes from day to day, perhaps, in the timing of the storms or the location of the heaviest rains, but you can pretty much count on rainstorms every day to some degree. We'll be watching next week for this cluster of showers down to the south, a tropical wave, to approach the state of Florida and perhaps enhance our rainfall chances next week. Could produce perhaps some heavier rainfall Tuesday, maybe even Monday, Tuesday. So we'll wait and see how that plays out. Wet pattern, though, continues into the weekend. We'll watch that tropical wave. And by the way, Florence may be forming out in the Atlantic. It hasn't formed yet, but there's certainly a good possibility that it will. And if it does, it'll be harmless to the state of Florida, recurving back out into the open waters of the Atlantic and basically being a fish storm. So in this map, we're showing where the moisture is and where it is not. The bluer colors indicate drier air. Redder is wetter on this map. This is from a column of the atmosphere from the surface all the way to the top of the clouds. And as we put it into motion, you can see how the variations from day to day kind of occur. We've got some drier air that may move in a little bit tomorrow and may perhaps for a time reduce rainfall chances, but then moisture returns tomorrow afternoon, so the rain chances go back up. Over the weekend, kind of a mix of moisture air and drier air, maybe reducing rain chances a little bit over the weekend, but certainly not eliminating rain chances, as we still have areas of moisture that'll be moving through. Then next week, we'll watch that tropical wave as it approaches and maybe brings us much better chances of some heavier rainfall. But again, that's down the road. This is where the cluster of storms is right now. And although it's not showing any sign of development, we'll continue to monitor it. One computer model still suggesting that if it moves out into the Gulf waters, there could be some development up around the Louisiana Delta region, maybe a tropical depression, something like that. Upper level winds are kind of hostile for any sort of development. But it's worth watching, and that we will do. Further out in the Atlantic, this cluster of showers forecast by the Hurricane Center to have an 80% chance of developing over the course of the next few days. So that one most likely will be called Florence, but again, not a threat to Florida. East wind continues today, clouds mixed with sun, showers building in inland areas, possibly early on by drop-off time for the kids at school this afternoon. There could be some scattered showers around, mostly by around 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That's when your heavier storms will be forming and moving out into Gulf waters. Forecast looking like this, east wind coming in at about 10, and over the course of the next several days, rain chances high at about 60%. Maybe a little drier air trending down, rain chances over the weekend. Not much. You'll still see showers around in the afternoon. Lightning and thunder will be around, but still maybe slightly reduced coverage. And then next week, we'll be monitoring that tropical wave and see if it does indeed bring us an enhanced rainfall chance. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Let's take a look outside and check on your morning commute one more time. As you can see right there up at the top of your screen, the bridges are starting to get a little bit more congested right now as you're heading into Bradenton. Pretty typical for around this time of the morning. And then State Road 70 and 301, congestion there just a little bit, as well as in the South Bradenton area. A couple more delays, pretty typical though. If you're headed a little bit farther south and you're in Sarasota, those roads are not looking too bad just yet. A couple delays right there on Clark Road as well as Fruitville. And then if your commute is going to take you farther south, 75 and 41 are actually both looking pretty decent at this hour, not too bad. It is 6:48, and that is your first alert traffic.
New trade tariffs are now causing the cost of Jack Daniels to rise in Europe. The maker of Jack Daniels, Brown-Forman, says American bourbon is one of the products targeted by China, the European Union, and Mexico in retaliation for the Trump administration's tariffs on steel and aluminum imports.
New this morning, Amazon is getting ready to launch a free new video service. Now, it is free to us, but it would be supported by ads and available to users of Amazon's Fire TV devices. Now, it's also separate from Prime Video. Now, that one, of course, requires a subscription. Another great option for consumers out there in terms of streaming video.
Look at this, a senior citizen that's just as gutsy as ever. This veteran wanted to celebrate turning 100 in a big way, so he signed up to skydive. Now, Paul Olivia's fearless attitude comes from fighting in World War II, the Korean War, and serving in Vietnam. That's a trifecta. Yeah. He has more than 300 jumps on his resume. He says this centennial celebration is one for the books and perhaps one of his best birthdays yet. He enjoyed it so much he wants to do it next year when he turns 101.
That is so impressive. And they say like doing these things, that's a secret to keeping young and staying young in your mind. It's all about your attitude.
It's one of those things I want to do, but I know once that door opens in the airplane, I'll say, never mind.
Ray, I'll push you out.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Yes, I'm going to do that for you.
Do you want to do that, by the way? Not pushing me out?
I do, yeah. I totally want to skydive. Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should do that and bring a video camera.
Okay.
Bring John Scalzi, too.
John, you're coming along.
We'll make Scalzi go first.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, 6:50 right now. Push me out the door. I heard that. I'm right here. There's a shot of the Ritz-Carlton all lit up very brightly at the top there. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast. The top 7 before 7 is next.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new 2019 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999 or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light. And here's the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast. Plus our best-selling Atomic Beam Flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam Flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-431-6640. That's 1-800-431-6640. Or visit mysunblast.com. So call 1-800-431-6640. Order now.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online,
Visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7.
Number 1, John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast.
Yeah, Cooper, our Central Sarasota weather watcher, had 2.5 inches of rainfall yesterday. Becky and Omayaka, 1 inch. The ground saturated. So take your sunglasses, umbrella, and first alert weather app with you. You probably use all 3 today. Showers and thunderstorms build this afternoon. Inland move west. That means if we get heavy rainfall, and we have those kinds of rainfall amounts already, we can get some saturated ground and ponding on roadways. Back to you.
All right, number 2, checking first alert traffic. No issues to report. Some small slowdowns there on 301 southbound as you cross over State Road 70. Otherwise, all clear right now on the Suncoast roads.
And number 3, Florida Fish and Wildlife are holding a workshop later today in the town of Longboat after a recent spike in the number of coyotes spotted there lately.
Number 4, another Florida stand your ground law making national news, this time in Polk County, where an Uber driver shot and killed a man who he thinks threatened to shoot him.
Number 5, Sarasota Senior Friendship Center is promoting a new program that connects seniors that might have an extra room in their home with younger singles that may need a place to stay.
Number 6, the fallout from red tide has caused Charlotte County to extend its state of emergency for another week. No word yet if Sarasota, Manatee counties will do the same.
And number 7, what's trending? Well, greasy hash browns, eggs, pancakes. Who doesn't love some Waffle House around 3 a.m. after a long night? Well, now all that greasy goodness can come to you. Waffle House, they're introducing a new food truck. Right now they're debuting it in Georgia, but if it is successful, they might start to roll it out elsewhere. No word yet on whether or not those middle of the night fights will also be included in the food truck.
Well, you could use those around some college campuses, you know.
Can you imagine Waffle House rolling into a college campus like USF around 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 when you start to get real hungry, you need some grease in your system?
What's the franchise on that one, I wonder?
Right? Yeah. We should get one here and just park it here.
I'm down with that.
I think that's
Let's
going to
go.
work too. We're on that Waffle House.
The Morning Food Truck Express.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
I can eat a stack of waffles afterwards. I feel tired and bloated, and that did nothing for me.
Exactly why we eat them.
I know. Feels good at the time, though.
That's how we got in this mess, John.
I know. Showers and thunderstorms again this afternoon. Some of them could be heavy. We'll watch for that.
All right, stick around. Good morning, America. Straight ahead.